Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. I get calories in, calories out, but how in the hell are these people eating so few calories? I see these beautiful 50 to 60-year-old women in excellent shape, and I want so badly to be them when I get to their age, but do you know their total daily energy expenditure? 1,400 calories a day. 1,400. I'm trying so hard. I don't eat out, I don't fry with oil, I don't drink cream in my coffee, I don't eat dessert, I don't put dressing in my salads, don't drink my calories, don't eat breakfast, and somehow I average 1,600 calories a day. No wonder I'm not losing any weight. But like, how? How do these people actually average 1,400 a day for their whole life? This is like seeing a magic trick to me. I know there's a logical explanation for it, but I can think is witchcraft. If anyone thinks they can help me tweak my diet, I'd be grateful. 5'5", 150 pounds, 30 years old. Breakfast, protein bar or protein shake and banana, approx 300 calories, black coffee. Lunch, chickpea bean salad or chicken bean wrap or soup, 500 to 600, black coffee. Snack, yogurt cup and fruit, 200. Dinner, meat and veggies, usually a salmon steak, ground beef, etc. with a salad or eggplant, zucchini, cauliflower, or whatever veggies are around. Sometimes sweet potato or noodles are added on, 500 to 800. And sometimes, read more often than I should, I'll throw in some dark chocolate or a drink, approx 200 calories. On rough days, or days where I can't stomach the coffee, I add cream, approx 150 calories. I don't eat refined carbs, but I am bad for chocolate. I know that I should. Weekends, I like having a beer or two. Approx 400. So, two things. One, I don't know how much cream you're adding to your coffee, but 2 tablespoons of half and half is only 40 calories. So if you have black coffee, putting a little half and half in really won't be the thing that breaks your calorie budget. You estimate your calorie is 150 calories when you add cream, but that seems really extreme unless you're using heavy cream and also adding a ton of sugar. 2, I normally leave myself 50 to 150 calories of wiggle room in my calorie budget, so I can have dessert every night. I have a Yasso bar or an Outshine bar pretty much every night, and knowing that I get to have that neat little treat at the end of the day actually helps me stick to my calorie budget a lot better. I'm less tempted to ditch my meal prep lunch in favor of pizza if I know it means I can't have my nightly treat. At its base, weight loss is simple. Energy balance, or calories in, calories out basically. Unfortunately, simple does not mean easy. It does not mean equally easy for each person, or that any given approach will be equally easy or difficult for each person. For some folks, volume eating, or high volume low calorie density approaches help. Lots of volume to keep your stomach full on fewer calories. You can find lots of tips, recipes, and so on. I actually see this discussed most frequently by weight and bodybuilder types, like Will Tennyson or Greg Doucette on YouTube. For others, a keto approach might mean that 1,400 to 1,500 calories of almost all protein and fat keeps them highly satiated, even if it's lower volume. For others, intermittent fasting can lead to an adjustment in hunger cues, such that you are able to skip breakfast and lunch without even getting hungry, and then eat 1,400 to 1,500 calorie dinner plus an evening snack, which will leave you feeling pretty full the rest of the day. Personally, this is what works for me. Disclaimer from Luke Narwhal, please see a professional before fasting or doing any kind of weight loss plan. Keep experimenting to find approaches of different tips, tweaks, and hacks. There's no single right way to achieve a caloric deficit. It's okay to take your time and figure out what works for you. Perhaps rule 0, which I'd stress above and beyond anything else, do not make yourself miserable, because willpower has its limits. It's better to take twice as long to find the approach that you can maintain indefinitely without it feeling like a sacrifice or a deprivation than it is to achieve short-term results that you can't maintain, because doing so would make you miserable. Good luck finding what works for you. 1. Eat foods that you actually enjoy. 2. Try weightlifting. It's a game changer, especially if you're a woman. I was struggling to lose about 10 pounds and started weightlifting with minimal dietary changes, just less sugar, and I lost 12 pounds in 3 months without even thinking about it. I just did 30 minutes 3 to 5 days a week with a 5-pound weight and continued walking and hiking 5 to 10 miles each week. Have you thought about exercising regularly to help create a larger deficit, thus allowing you to eat more? I lost 50 pounds from running 4 to 5 times a week because of the big deficit it created and the calories I was able to eat. I lost weight being able to eat 1,700 plus calories a day because I was burning 2,200 plus from running. The better I got at running, the more food I was able to eat and still lose weight. Real talk, it was friggin' awesome. A 34-year-old woman, 5'5", current weight 228 pounds, starting weight 275. Here's what works for me to stay at a 1500 to 1600 daily calorie intake. Breakfast is coffee with a tablespoon of full-fat coconut cream, an egg white casserole, and usually a piece of fruit. Depending on where I'm at in my menstrual cycle, that's a breakfast of 250 to 350 calories. If breakfast is not appealing for whatever reason, I add a scoop of protein powder to my coffee and call it a good 175 calories. Lunch is a lean protein like chicken, white fish, or shrimp mixed with a starchy filling carb, rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, etc., and a fibrous veggie like broccoli, between 300 to 400 calories, again depending on my cycle. I typically will get hungry then at 2:30, so I make myself a fruit smoothie and add some protein powder if I didn't add it to my coffee. I also have Kodiak granola bars lying around for when I don't have the time of day or feel lazy. That looks like 200 to 300. Dinner is where I strictly do portion control because I'm feeding 4 other people, 3 of whom are small tyrants that fully believe cake is its own essential food group. I do sheet meals with chicken sausage and roasted veggies, pasta with meatballs and red sauce, macaroni and cheese, pizza, you name it. I watch my portion size so that I never top 500 calories. Eating at the top range of those numbers puts me at 1550. Here's my secret weapon as a fellow chocolate lover. Godiva individually packaged chocolates are 50 calories apiece. It's my reward for putting my health before my cravings, and I savor one every night. Drink a lot of water. It should be a very pale yellow color. Go on a walk once a day. It makes a huge difference in your emotional and physical health. And do not give up. You can do this. It's going to take a while, but you can do this. Message me if you want any specific recipes. I'm always happy to share. Hey there, we basically have the same stats. 5'5", 145 pounds, 31 years old. And I think you got plenty of great advice already, but I'd like to add my 2 cents since we're close in stats. What jumped out at me is that you deprive yourself of the small things you enjoy, and then it builds up and you finally explode and have a whole bag of calorie-dense snack. If it's making you miserable, it is not sustainable and will not last. I enjoy my coffee with a 1/4 cup of oat milk and a 1/3 teaspoon of sugar in the morning because that's how I like it, and I've decided I wasn't going to mess with that. I have eggs or egg whites every day because we have chickens and we easily get overrun, but also because I love them and they're great. I make sure to eat a lot of protein in all meals and snacks and always fill half my plate with veggies, and I drink a lot of water. Always here to chat if you want to commiserate. So I am 51, 5'3", 120 pounds. My sedentary TDE is 1300. I feel your pain. I eat around 1500 as I'm not sedentary. I can tell if I don't get enough calories because I'll be hungry. What helped me immensely was avoiding sugar and flour. I did it all initially as an effort to control my migraines, and it helped with my mood, energy, arthritis pain, as well as the headaches. And it also controlled my hunger. I grill a few chicken breasts and have them in the fridge, cut them into cubes. When I get hungry, I'll eat some chicken and some cheese, and that does the trick without ruining my daily budget. I am active in my jobs, and I walk a lot too, and I don't eat back fitness calories. At least I try not to. What's life without a little ice cream though? Carb smart ice cream with berries and a smidge of whipping cream is my go-to indulgence. I don't feel deprived. I truly don't. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. 1 month progress. Left 95 kilos, right 89.2.